It's Amy with Lulu Bean Designs. How is everyone doing today? Let me scoot this down a little bit here. There we go, that's better. I hope y'all are having a great Tuesday. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Diane. So you guys, today is the day. It's opening day for SVG Clubhouse, and we have had a lot of new members join already this morning, which has been super exciting. Hey, Leisha, how are you? If you're joining us, please hop in and say hello. Hello to Pam from Georgia, and tell me where you're watching from and what you're doing today and all the things. Hello to whoever it says Facebook user. Y'all know there's always that issue with StreamYard where if you're watching from a group, it'll say Facebook user instead of telling me your name. So I can't see your name, but you can type it in the comments if you want to. Okay, so we opened the doors this morning, y'all. Today is the only day that you can paint and get all 4 of our bonus files. We've been painting these bonus files live on my page for the past week, and we've had so much fun. And hopefully you've seen the pictures that I've had posted all over my Facebook and Instagram, so that you know that you're going to want today if you're planning on joining, because today is the only day you can get all 4 bonuses. After today, one of the bonuses goes away. So we are open through Sunday, though. We open the doors Sunday at midnight. If you have not heard of SVG Clubhouse, that is my membership group for laser owners. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking for one more color. So I'm going to need a navy color in here as well for this project. Okay, so SVG Clubhouse. So what you get as a member is you get 4 new exclusive files each month. This is one of the files for June. It is a patriotic shelf sitter. You can also reduce the size of this if you want to and make it into a tiered tray. A lot of times in my Etsy shop, I will make a tiered tray version and a shelf sitter version and sell those separately. But every month in the group, you get 4 files. And our bundle this month is called Sweet Land of Liberty, and it's all patriotic files. And so we have a patriotic door hanger, a shelf sitter, a shaker file, and what was the other thing that we have? I cut it out. Oh, it's a tag. It's a mini tag. So I'm going to be painting those all this week live for y'all, and I invite you to join me. So today is the first of those projects, and this is the shelf sitter set. That is a mouthful, shelf sitter set. So we're going to be painting this together. In addition to the 4 files that you get every month, by the way, they are exclusive files, which means they're not for sale in my Etsy shop. You have to be a group member to qualify for these files. You also get 50% off all the files in my Etsy shop. So the big perks of being in the group, you get 50% off all the time, as many files as you want, any day of the week. We also do a supply list each month. So the supply list is a PDF that gives you a list of 4 projects, all the colors we used, if we use the Deco Art Primary Blue, which is what I have here in my hand, it's going to be on your supply list. So the supply list has clickable links. If we use ribbon, paper, wire, beads, glitter, whatever we use, whatever supplies we use for the projects, all of those supplies are on the sheet for you so that you don't have to go around hunting for everything. You automatically have those. Marketing photos to use for selling your products. So you get the blank and the finished marketing photos so that you can advertise your products and gauge interest to your customers, so you don't have to like have everything made ahead of time and all of that. We also do a live paint party every month. You get access to our private Facebook group. A couple of y'all have asked me today, you said you're waiting on getting admitted to the Facebook group. You are going to be admitted. Don't worry about it. My assistant is verifying everybody's memberships and letting people into the group. So you will get into the group. Please don't worry. I'm sorry you don't have a laser, Diane. Yeah, that is a shame. I didn't have a laser for many years, and I just kind of jumped in and I got my Thunder 2 years ago, and now I have 2 Thunders actually because we have 2 different locations. But it has been a whirlwind journey. It's been worth every penny to be able to grow my business in that aspect, and it's, you know, it was worth the investment for sure. Okay, I am making some little puddles of paint here on my paper plate, and I will show y'all what we're going to be painting today. Okay, so we're going to start off with, let's see, what piece should we paint first? Let's do the cake. The cake is my favorite piece, so let's do that first. And we've got layers. You'll know I love layers. And so we're going to be, if I look over here to the side, I have a little cheat sheet. I painted the Procreate and I printed it off so I would know what my color scheme was going to be today. And so this is my little, the funny thing is I was going to print this. I sent it from Procreate to my phone because I just was sitting next to my phone, and which I probably could have printed straight from my iPad now that I say that. But for some reason, I always airdrop everything from my iPad to my phone and to my computer, so I have it all where I need it. And then, and yes, I know it would show up later in both places under the Photos app, but it does take a while. It does, like, sometimes it takes hours for those photos to like appear in the like photo thing on my MacBook. So just they all, you know, they all talk to each other eventually. But anyway, so I sent the little picture over and I printed it, and it printed this little teeny tiny, I thought it was going to print a full-size sheet, but I was like, whatever, I don't really need it to be a full-size sheet. So I have this little sit next to me so I can see what colors I want to use today, because I just like to have an idea of what I'm going to do sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just sort of fly by the seat of my pants and colors strike me. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask while we paint this project today. And this is that primary blue color. And I can actually be messy here because of the layers. It doesn't matter because this is going to be covered up. So don't worry if I am not doing the greatest job here. I chose primary blue, and I think the other color I'm going to use is periwinkle because I didn't color on this little set. Now these shelf sitters work with our little decor bench that we sell in our Etsy shop. They also work with the decor shelf. And I'm actually getting ready to list a couple new designs for the decor shelf. I have some different designs for that. One of them is like the pattern is called arabesque, but it's like I don't know if it's called quatrefoil, but it's a geometric pattern. The other pattern is a chicken wire pattern. So we're going to be adding both of those to the shop so that there are a couple different options for the little decor shelf. And then the bench has several backers that you can buy. And one of those backers is a star pattern. And if you're totally lost and you don't know what I'm talking about, check back a little while after I finish this design today, this project today, because I'll stage everything and photograph it, and I'll put pictures and links for y'all so you can know where you can get the files for the little bench and the little shelf they go with. Okay, so there is our dark blue, and while I have that color in my hot little hand, I'm going to go ahead and grab some other things that I know are going to be that color. So for my little round piece here is going to be that same blue color. Now, if you'll notice, all the lines are scored for you. We do that in all our files, our Etsy shop, and in the club. So you have all the score lines on there for you. You know where to lay everything out. Everything is sized for Glowforge, so it's all ready to just drop and go, open it up in the Glowforge app, and you are good to go. If you have a bigger laser, then of course it will work for that as well. I use my Thunder laser for everything, but I do size the files for Glowforge because I know a lot of people have Glowforge machines, and it just makes it easier than having to move all the pieces around and try to, you know, get them all to fit on that Glowforge size sheet of wood. So all this wood that I'm using is 1/4 inch birch. I buy it at a local wood shop in my town here in Houma, Louisiana. When I go back home, I have another wood supplier. When I say home, I mean Virginia. We're from Virginia. We're actually heading home next week. And we have a different wood supplier there. We don't get our wood from big box stores anymore. We're not getting quality wood products, and it was starting to become a real issue with warping and those awful plugs and glue spots and all of that. So we have found some good suppliers. What else needs to be this color? This is the little cupcake, and I'm going to paint the bottom layer. This blue color. So this was part of the June bundle. The July bundle, if you joined the group, or if you're already a member of the group, the July bundle will be sent to you on July 1st. So be on the lookout for that. And we have fun coming your way. Y'all who follow my $2 Tuesday and $3 Thursday deals, we are not going to be doing those this week because we are focused on our group opening. So if you join the group, or if you're already a member of the membership group, then you can use your 50% off coupon code for this month to purchase files in my Etsy shop for 50% off. So you could grab the little decor bench for 50% off. You could get the little shelf set, like the little shelf with the drawer. That would both go with this set for half off. We're going to do Land and then Liberty. Oh, you know what? I have lost the eye, which is a heart, on my Liberty. Oh, you know what though? I know where I can grab one. I actually have 2 of these sets out. I got the other set right here in my room with me. I lost track of what I was cutting out when I was getting ready for this week, and I cut out 2 sets of these. So luckily I have an extra. Let's see if I can go find it. I'm just using a sponge stick to paint this, the letters, just because that just makes it easier. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Okay, what else do we have? I think that might be it for this color, except for that one little heart and where that little guy went. I think I might have accidentally thrown him away. I think I missed him. Let me grab him. I've got a cutout set right here. There's our little heart. Okay, so I think we're done with this color. What color should we do next? Let's do our periwinkle color. All right, we can do the cake first. These two cake layers. I just think this is such a pretty blue. So this is Deco Art Periwinkle. It's like a purpley blue. And these are the layers that go on this cute little tiered cake. All right, and then we're going to paint the back of this. A Cricut adhesive mat to hold your pieces while you paint. Tanya, I have done that too. I don't have any of my mats down here in Louisiana. I have silhouette mats at home, but I did that one time when I was live. I actually cut a mat. It was an old, I was gonna toss it. And then I decided to cut it up into pieces because I used to use the 12 by 24 mats. So they're pretty big. But you know, after a while, even if you sticky them, they just lose their sticky. But I find that they are still sticky enough for putting your wood pieces on and painting them. Not necessarily sticky enough for your paper and your vinyl to go through your machine, but they work really well for that purpose. So yes, I have definitely done that before. That works great. So y'all out there who are Cricut and Silhouette owners, oops, it's not red. Don't throw your old mats away. Hold on to them because you might find that they come in handy for this. I have a hard time finding enough places to put everything when I've got all these little pieces. And this is our little banner. So the banner, I've started adding banners to the shelf sitters because when you put them on the little decor chair, the banners look cute hanging on the back of the chair. You don't necessarily need the banner if you're putting the shelf sets on the little decor shelf because, I mean, you can use them on there, but you just would need to secure them onto the front of the drawer. I usually do it with just like a couple little blue dots. Just like put twine through the banner and then like stick them on with a couple of little blue dots. But really, I do the base to go back of the chairs. And here's our little ice cream cone that goes on the little round sign. I'm going to paint one of our cookies. These are cookies. So Sweet Land of Liberty, in other words, all the goodies, all the sweets. We've got cupcakes, cake, cookies, ice cream, all the yummy things in this set. And that might be it. Okay, so a couple of our no, I think we're gonna, that's good for this color. All right, so let's do our little cookie sheet here. Y'all, I'm painting a project and not using the color Sea Breeze. Can you believe it? I know, shocker, right? I'm gonna need some more gray. Okay, so I've got two grays. I've got gray sky and slate gray. Now, gray sky is my favorite, but I'm running low. Oh, you know what? I already have some that I dumped out over here. Okay, that's my backup. And then I'm gonna need a little bit of a darker shade of gray. So let's go with zinc, but we're gonna lighten zinc up a little bit. Okay, so I paint my cookie sheet the light gray, and then I'm gonna go around the outside with the darker shade. Do you guys have any fun 4th of July plans? We are going to be at the river back home for a cookout and a parade and all of that. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so now I've got my zinc right here next to my gray sky, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit and just sort of, I'm just gonna mix it and try to not make it quite so dark. I just want a little bit of a shade in between. This is a good set for a beginner because I'm doing a lot of fancy paint techniques here. I'm not doing a lot of blending and all of that on this set. All right, so there's our little cookie sheet. Cute. I might do the bottom of this cake, a little edge in the lighter gray. So I think that'll pop against that navy. Well, not navy, primary blue, I should say. Okay, now we're going to do our ice cream cone. So let's do trying to decide on the perfect beige color. It's got too much pink in it. Okay, so I have a color I haven't used before. It's called Bleach Sand. But I think I'm going to darken it up just a hint. If I can get the plastic off. Diana, this desk, off the top of my head, I don't know. I shared it a while back on my page. It's from Amazon. And it has been a great desk. You have to assemble it yourself, and it's not cheap. It's like $300 or $400, but it's so worth it. It's not made of that same really, really cheap material that a lot of like the that you put together is made of. Sorry, y'all. My dark chocolate is getting low. And now my lid won't go back on. There we go. All right, I'm mixing a little bit of dark chocolate in with this bleach sand. That's perfect. That's the color I need right there. For our little cupcake wrapper. Okay, so as you can see, I painted the back of that. The color, it was mixed, bleach sand mixed with a little bit of dark chocolate just to darken it up a tad. And I'm going to do the same for the back of the little ice cream cone. And then for the front, I could use my dark chocolate, but I think I'm going to grab my dark brown paint pen and just use that because I think that's going to be easier to get these stripes good. Okay. So just like our little cupcake, we'll do some highlight there to brighten it up just a little bit. And Diana, I'll put the link to the desk on here when I get done. I'll post it in the comments. But yeah, my husband and I put it together in a couple hours, and it's been great. I wish I had this same desk back in Virginia when I go home in that craft room. Because I do like that the drawers are right in front of me. All right, and now we need white. Let's see, we're going to do some letters, and we're going to do the 4th of July in white, and then one of the cupcake layers. No, sorry, the ice cream layers. The top ice cream layer we're going to do in white. I need a sponge stick. Hold that thought 1 second, y'all. Okay, this is just straight up white. Just when I'm starting to get all the paint off my desk, I get more on there. Okay. Oh, and then you know what? Our little, I've taken a piece of tape and just flipped it over and then taped it down, and I'm using a sponge stick, and I'm just going to get all these little sprinkles that are white. I'm going to go ahead and give them a coat of paint. And that just makes it super quick and easy to get those painted. This file has lots of little pieces, but it's really not hard to paint. As long as you're organized about it and you get all your little pieces together, it's really not bad. Okay. And then I think most everything else is red. You guys are quiet today. Everybody work? Is everybody sneaky peek watching craft videos while they work? Makes the day go by fast, right? And this red is called True Red. All right, I think the rest of this needs to be done with a little sponge stick. Got one more of those. All right, let's get all our little stars. Like I've said little 100 times. Everything in this set is little. Get all our stars. Oops. All our sprinkles. I am excited to put this together. This is going to be super cute, y'all. Okay. Am I missing any Oh, we forgot a cookie. Forgot our red cookie. Okay, I think we might be ready to start putting together and highlighting and all the fun things, right? Okay, so let's do our cupcake first. All right, here's our little cupcake. And I'm going to grab some of my Starbond glue. Okay, and then before we put all our little sprinkles on, we're going to do some highlights. To make this fun. So I'm grabbing a teeny weeny little brush and just dabbing it in some white. And then we can put some of our little sprinkles on. So let's see, which size of the sprinkles goes on here? Those are the cake ones. I think it's these. Yep, it's these. Just a tiny bit of glue. You don't need much glue at all for this. All right, we need the medium. Is it this size? I'm losing track of which size it is, y'all. No, I think it's this size. Let me see. So we have, what's the smallest one? The smallest one is the ice cream top. And then, okay, yep, this is it. This is right. And then I just did a couple little dabs of white on those sprinkles. So that is our cupcake. Super cute. And let's do our cake next. Oh, you know what? We forgot to paint the red up here. I knew there was something. I was like, there's something else I'm supposed to be painting red. Let's paint our USAA. USAA. Not the insurance company. USA. I don't know where that came from, y'all. Does anybody else have USAA insurance? All right, so now we can do our toppers, all our little decorations on our cake and make him all cute. So cute. All right, and now it is sprinkle time. Does anybody like to do cake decorating? Is anybody into that? I used to love to make my kids birthday cakes. And this is when swirl lines just make it super simple. I forgot about the little tiny stars for our USAA. I keep seeing USAA. What is wrong with me, y'all? Seriously. Why do I have insurance on the brain? That is weird. Oh, Cora, you taught cake decorating? That's so fun. My sister and I took a cake decorating class years ago. I was pregnant with my son, and he's 21 years old, so it was a long time ago. But it was so much fun. And we got our little cake kit, and we went, I think it was maybe like once a week or something like that. We would go and learn how to do different things. And oh my gosh, so fun. I actually still use the recipe. So my sponge stick is buried in my paint water, y'all. So I'm just going to take my little tiny brush and I'm going to paint these stars. These are the little stars that go on the USA. at the top. You don't have to do these little tiny ones if you don't want to. You could just paint it your red color or whatever color you want and just, you know, because these are teeny. I had them sitting aside because I was like, I don't know if I want to use those or not because they're so tiny, but they're going to be cute. They'll make it pop. Doing a little highlighting. Okay, now we'll put our stars on and we'll be done with our cake. Ooh, that one's really stuck. Okay, that turned out super cute, you guys. Look at that fun little cake. All festive for the 4th. All right, and now our cookie sheet. And our cookies. Let's see. Oops, I got a little too wet. Can y'all see that? Sorry, I'm off camera. Just doing some little dots and squiggles. And then I'm going to do a few little highlights on our stars before I glue the sprinkles on. Nope, we're going to paint those a different color because those are going on there on top of that red. And sorry, y'all. Oh, my paint came off. Oh, there it goes. So normally I don't use my phone for my overhead camera, but I forgot to charge my other camera that I used last night, and so I had to, at the last minute, I had to use my phone. And I meant to turn that ringer off. I'm sure it's a campaign, telemarketer, spam call. There we go. Turn that off. Okay, so let me really quick put a little dab of this periwinkle paint on those circles. And as soon as they dry, we'll finish our cookies. What do we have left? We have our banner, our little star banner. You guys still with me? Who's still with me? It's a quiet lunchtime crowd. Let's glue these on and then we'll do a little something something on those stars. Okay, there's our little star banner. And I think these are probably already dry enough that we can glue our dots on our cookies. This is going to be so cute, all displayed, you guys. I cannot wait. So fun. All right, we got one more piece. We got our round circle, shiplap circle, and ice cream cone that goes on there. Let's see. Do a few little highlights on that, and that will make that super cute. All right, 4th of July. Is that all centered? It is. Melissa, this is Starbond blue. It's I prefer the thick. This is the medium. I'm actually almost out. I'm hoping I can get the thick next time. You can get it on Amazon. It's great blue. It never clogs for me. It's just been like super easy to work with. I can leave the top off, honestly, and come back and it's just sitting here waiting for me, not clogged up, because I'm really bad about that. Just some dots and squiggles, and now we can do our sprinkles. Y'all, I was so sad last night because I told y'all that season 2 of Wednesday was out. And I must have looked at whatever this thing was that popped up on my Facebook feed. I must have read it wrong because it is not out. We went to watch it last night and it was not on Netflix. So I'm wondering if maybe I read June and it's July. So y'all tell me if you are a fan of the show Wednesday and if you know if it's coming out in July, because I need to check on that. Okay, there's our little round sign. You are very welcome, Melissa. And we actually have one more thing. Where's the backer? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is our sign that fits down. Let me show you the base. So right now I have my beachy little Christmas in here, but this pops out, and then this sign goes down in here like that. So it fits down in the slot like that. So these come with a base. I give you the 1/8 inch and the 1/4 inch size. So you have both sizes to use if you prefer one over the other. Because these sets can be made with either one. So it says Sweet Land of Liberty, and of course we need some highlights on there so you can really see these. I keep losing my paper towels. The fan that I have on is blowing all my paper towels off of my table. Oh, we forgot our little heart. The dot on the eye is a teeny tiny heart. So cute. All right, y'all. I'm just doing some little squigglies. Just little squigglies around there, just for interest. I'm not doing the bottom because the bottom is going down into the slot. All right, so there is that. So let me show you the set put together. Peel my tape up. And I'll make my screen so you can see it. All right, so here's this sign that's going to go down. And the reason all the letters are close to the top is because it fits down into that base. So you don't want the letters in the middle because then they won't look right when it goes into the base. So that's why they look like that. All right, so we've got our round sign, our cupcake. Oops, can't see it. Our cookie sheet. I can't fit all these on here. see if I can make my camera go up any higher. Nope, that's as high as it goes. We got our banner. And I can't fit that on here, but we have our cake. Super cute. All right, so I'm going to get all this set up and staged and photographed and all that so I can show you guys some pictures of it. But that is our June shelf sitter for SVG Clubhouse. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you again. I think I'm going to go live again. What's today? Tuesday. So we'll do another live probably tomorrow night for the second file, which is going to be the door hanger set. So tune in for that, and I will see y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.